on stage and slay it like that, I just want to jump. Yes. So thank you for that.
Woo!
You ready for your next feature?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you. She's just little, but she will take everything that's on her way. I have no other way to describe her. Remember the first time that I saw her? I was like, okay. And then she opens her mouth and I said, woo, touch it. You know, she might get you. So, her name says so. Hurricane.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, Katrina.
Yes. First of all, applause for fucking Maddie.
Woo!
Everyone coming out tonight, thank you so much, because without you guys here, we would just be standing up here talking to ourselves. So thank you all for coming out. What I'd like to present to you this evening is a 4-course meal.
All right.
So, right, little teasers, little tasters of a little bit of things about me. So this first one has, this appetizer, if you will, has been weighing a little heavy on my heart. So I'd like to share it. To the bitch that sits behind me at work. Yes, heifer.
Yes.
I see you.
Yes.
And I know that you know that I know that you ain't shit.
Yes.
It must be so hard for someone to shine so brightly right in front of you, but be mindful that this paycheck is all that keeps my respect in check. These 4 buttons is all that it takes, because you would not say half the shit that you do to my face if you saw me on the street. These 4 buttons is all that it takes for us to go face to face. 1, if you're thinking of stepping, reconsider, because you have no fucking idea who you're messing with. 2, you ain't shit.
Yes.
3, I can see the bitterness in your eyes, but I have much too much respect for myself, unlike you, whose skirt is as short as your temper. Please adjust yourself. I can see how many dance recitals your dad has missed from here.
What?
Ow.
What?
Ow. 4, believe me, I get it. Haters serve a purpose. David was nothing before Goliath. But just because I am your competition does not mean you are mine. Woo! So if you're thinking of stepping, please see 1 through 4, because today is not the fucking day.
Yes, Kitty, yes.
I was like, I don't know what she's feeling. She's got a nice lady set going on up there.
Looking like your dress, right?
I know, right? Okay. Let's shift gears a little bit, shall we?
Let's get it.
I swear I didn't mean for it to feel like this, to be like this moment. Thank you for this moment, because the last time I smiled this much was way too long ago. And somewhere in between the sheets and envelopes, it was more than rope that tied me to you. It was more than your smile that led me to your mouth. Because that night in the parking lot, your eyes sparkled like sequins under the fluorescent lights. If I close my eyes now, I can still feel the pulse of your hand on my cheek. And I held my breath as you kissed me. And I tried to ignore that combustible, intangible that happens when your lips touch mine. And then your cell phone, with that ringtone and your tone of reality. So like a ghost, you disappeared, and I'm left to sleep alone is the last place I want to be. So you've got this silly way of keeping me on the edge of my seat, and that's where I'll stay. Until you let me know if we're together or just parallel. Because you know very well I can't keep my hands to myself. I stare at my cell phone, willing it to ring. I know that somebody anywhere but here is where I want to be. So when you ask me if I've ever seen the stars out here at night, I lied and said that I hadn't, so I could see them through your sun. And I try to tell you bad jokes, get you to smile, that half-crooked smile, that smile that means security. Yeah, that one, right there. And then you trace my face with your eyes, because you seem to forget that I blew the line between fantasy and reality. And I can still see the nervous words as they try to escape you, and the look on your face when I told you either kiss me or stop staring in my mouth. Because there are no accidents. There is nothing but this moment. So be here now against me and for me at the same time. And don't be pulling out just yet. Because I like the feel of your skin against mine. but drawn like a bull to a matador. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, because I'd ask you to say out loud what you're thinking, and the silence would be deafening. See, when I can't think, I drive. With each year as I shifted paradigms, clutch to the left and up first. It was you who left, and it was you, not me, who was still wet as you went back to her. But no regrets, right? Because you wanted me to be that quiet thing that no one ever knows, that line without a hook, and I wish I would have had the mind to tell you to keep the blood in your head and your feet on the ground, but that would have been too much. That would have been too clutch, too gas. Closure's what I need, so I'll start with my legs.
Yes.
See, it was wrong of me to say I'd be your baby girl. Neither of us should have let that happen, so I'm trying desperately to let go of what I shouldn't have held on to in the first place. Clutch 3 gas, it wasn't just your words, but emotions that reverberate through me, because I'd like to forget your smile. And saying this out loud is like catching a bullet with my teeth just to protect the lump in my throat. I'm telling you this because you didn't ask. Clutch 4, gas can in my hand, and I couldn't deny it if I tried, because I fueled the fire that got this matchbook romance begging to strike. Clutch 5, gas, I need my lungs to expand. I need you to understand that my skin still tingles with your touch. But the funny thing is, fate works both ways. So downshifting into small talk, I just want you to stop. Just stop. Because it's more than just the fucking transmission that's done. Woo!
Need water?
I used to think stroke was such a pretty word. I would think brush stroke, paint you in hues of my childhood, ask you to sit as my muse, a pillar of the woman I wanted to grow up to be, my mother. Now, when I think of stroke, I think of you laid up in a hospital bed that smelled of sterilized death. I bribed a night shift nurse with coffee and concern so she would let me in past visiting hours. They must have confused me with a celebrity with the amount of autographs I signed. They blurred together like your capillaries had. When the doctors came in, they spoke to me in a language I did not understand. Just tell me that they can fix you. The scan of your brain was displayed as if it was a family photograph above the fireplace. These black and white shadows dancing, mapping out your gray matter. And there were smudges on it, as if some sticky-fingered intern had been so careless not to know what he held in his hands. These are the parts where the brain has died, they said. No. These are the memories laid to rest in the time that it took them to get you to the hospital. But everything else is alive, they said. Everything else is a lie, because your brain has already relinquished its position. I'm trying to understand, but it's much too much to digest for my digestive system. Looking at the center of your nervous system, all my systems are nervous systems. You are a shadow of the woman you used to be. Face sunken in, rivaled the Titanic, but the captain of your eyes lit up when I came into the room. Your arms outstretched towards me, clustered in arthritic gang signs, no longer able to hold things like force or strength. You looked up at me and said, "Dear daughter, I'm going to be all right." And I tried to hold my face steady so that you wouldn't know. But that was a lie. Now that I brought it down a little bit, what I'd like to do for dessert, my final piece here, I had a great pleasure to be a part of a slam team.
Roar,
Roar, man! I can say that on stage this time because there's no penalty.
Yes.
So we went to the largest regional competition called Southern Pride, and
Nice.
we got a whole bunch of us actually that got some emails from Button Poetry saying that they were very interested in our poems. So we're hoping that this one gets on Button Poetry soon. And just a quick pin in it before I forget, if you guys enjoyed what you see here tonight, on the 31st, on this very stage right here, which is home to a lot of people, we're going to be holding a slam exhibition.
Hey.
So if you don't think you slam, which is always relevant, if you do poetry like you've seen tonight, or you like the poetry that's here tonight, come on down, and we're going to hold our whole little competition. So hopefully we can get on the Richmond level so they won't have to keep coming down here. But I would like to welcome up on stage the other half to Mixed Emotions narrator.
Woo!
Come on, do it. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Woo!
We'll be fine. It's
I
totally
was
fine.
spectating.
I know, right now it's cool. It's fine. Okay. I know, right? You need a minute? You got it. Okay. You do it. It's fine. It's something fine all over again.
All right.
The first time I saw you, I thought, wow, I would love to go out with you. But I thought you only dated white guys. But I liked your brown eye. Your pearly whites.
And I'm open-minded and single, so why not? Over dinner, I realized.
I could be with you.
But I knew my family wouldn't feel the same.
The first time I brought home someone who could not pass a paper bag test, my father says, why can't you find a nice boy around here? He needs a nice white boy. I just want what's white for you. His idea of the American dream is more white than picket fence. He wants me to find a white spouse like he did, dilute the brown enough till it becomes just white noise. I don't speak with the accent of my ancestors because he says he raised us better for us to speak proper because accents are a liability. He wants me to assimilate, hoping it would whitewash the Hispanic right out of my hair.
No, this is not about
rebellion.
No, this is not about subservience. I cringe when mom asks, is it because she's kinky or because she's not running fingers through her hair? Maybe she's infatuated because brothers are hung low, but reminds me, Emmett Till wasn't so long ago my mother. Born in segregated school, just old enough to remember we don't serve colored. Growing up, lived 2 doors down from Grand Wizard Eye. Not oblivious to why you pitch back bitter, but mom,
Dad,
I thought you raised me not to be, but mom, just because she's not a strong black woman doesn't mean she's not a strong woman.
Dad, just because he's a strong black man doesn't mean
I learned that in prison.
His credit score is more than you give him credit for.
She's way too spiritual to be white devil. But being with her, labeled sellout is as if I auctioned off my melanin.
As if my pale skin is synonymous with Aryan.
We are not mistake. We are not
disgrace.
We are the light and dark, and together we make beautiful constellations. This
is not a fetish or phase I will grow out of.
I want to grow old. You.
Birth to a collage of blended babies.
And hopefully won't inherit our parents' mixed emotions.
Between your mother
and your father.
There is enough hate.
Light up every front porch
with a burning cross between your kindness
and your patience.
There is enough love for our marriage certificate to be a peace tree.
Woo!